Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori and I'm the face behind Entre Tejidos Crochet. Today's video is a vlog of dinorific proportions. We are going to be making dinosaurs after dinosaur after dinosaur after dinosaur snuggler even. And I am taking you all along for the ride. So if you do like dinosaurs, which I'm sure you do, we love dinosaurs here, please stick around because the first update is coming right up now. So today's update is kind of catching you up on what we were able to do, what I was able to do over the weekend. And it's very dinorific, if you will. I finished a pattern test. This is for Laser Llama Boutique, if I'm not mistaken. It's this is Trixie the Triceratops Snuggler, but it's not just the Triceratops. You also get a Brontosaurus and a T-Rex. I got chosen to test Trixie and just look at it. I just love the oversized head. It just makes it all more snuggly. Now I do need to finish adding the eyes to it, but I used a Premier Yarns Basix Chenille in Tangerine, and this is Tropical Twist. I do want to make another one because I want to make sure that the notes I have were more user error than anything else. So I made progress on the pattern tests. The other pattern test I did get started on it. It's for Cozy Crochet by Tasha's Shabby Elephant. I did get started on the head. This is the head, and I thought about being very sneaky. Well, not sneaky, but push myself with random colors to make the pattern test, because the whole idea is that you use itty bitty leftover ends from like other projects and whatnot. I am going to be random in the sense of colors, but kinda color block, if you will. So the head will have neutrals. One of the arms will have another color, but if it's red, then even if it's like different tones of red or a red that has different colored specks, I'll use that. Instead of having it being like if this were red and purple and then orange, instead of it being like that. Hopefully it'll work out well. Hopefully. At the time that I'm filming this, I already put out my tester call for Baby Danny Dino, and you have blown me away with your responses. I don't know how I'm going to choose three testers per each dino. I honestly don't. In other dino news, I think I showed you, but if I'm not, let's recap. I finished the Parasaurolophus mod for Baby Danny Dino, and I kind of liked, usually when I do the accent color, I'll do the claws in the same color, but I don't know. I like it this way as well, like a different shade of pink. The eyes are by Stitch by D. I made the Stegosaurus mod, and I used different eyes. I used the octopus or goat sort of eyes for this one, and I kind of like it. It's great because I do have several eyes that are in this same style that I could use to make other dinosaurs. I went with a neon green and bright blue for the accents. For the accent colors. Oh, I forgot to mention, the eyes are by 3J's Handcrafts, and I bought these, kind of want to say like 2 years ago. So I definitely need to get cracking on making them, or not making them, using them. But I do have a Dilophosaurus on my hook. It'll be, the main color will be shell, and I'm going to add in pale blue and eggplant. It kind of looks like a very light, kind of like periwinkle color on camera, almost purplish, but it's actually a blue. And the reason that I chose these colors is because I want to use these eyes that I got from Stitch by D. They are a very nice periwinkle color and they have these butterflies on them. So I kind of want to make it for this one. And then after I'm done with the Dilophosaurus, I need to make the Ankylosaurus. It took me watching Jurassic World Part 1 to realize that I was mispronouncing Ankylosaurus. It's Ankylosaurus. Oh well, you learn. And then after that, I need to make the kind of like playful Brontosaurus. It's not this one. This one is the sleepy one because its head is resting. The playful one will kind of be like this and like this, something like that. It looks kind of weird like that, but yeah. I will check back in tomorrow. Hopefully, I will either show you a nearly finished pattern test for Cozy Crochet by Tasha's Shabby Elephant or a finished dino. That's it for now. See you tomorrow. Bye. Alright, so let's catch you up on what I've been able to do. So yesterday I planned on crocheting a whole lot more. I did, don't get me wrong, but since I had to sift through all the Danny Dino tester applicants, it did take me some time to go through them. I think at the end of the day, there were like 70 applicants, which is like mind blown. And I even had to close the tester call earlier than expected because I had planned on letting it up for, it's still up, but I planned on getting applicants for 24 hours, but 10 hours into having posted the tester call, I had to close it because the response was just like over the roof for sure. Testers have been notified. The pattern has already been shared with them and they are busy at work with that. I did finish the head on I still need to weave in ends and close up the hole, but hey, it's a start. So this is what I meant, that the head, if I picked a neutral color, I would pick all the neutral colors for the head. And then for the body, I went with blue, and then I picked all the different little skeins of yarn that I had. Well, not skeins, they're actually little balls of yarn that I had. And I did finish the tail. So I just have just a little bit, you know, the two arms, the two arms, the two legs, and the two ears to finish up this cutie. And then I was also able, between last night and today, I was able to like finesse a little bit of the Baby Danny Dino pattern, a little bit of the Super Secret pattern, and I was also able to send out the Louisa blanket pattern to my testers. So currently I have 3 different patterns that are being tested right now. Now I am getting, in all disclosure, in all honesty, I am getting a little bit frazzled, if you will, in the sense that it's like so many things that I need to crochet and not enough time. It's always been like that, but now it's like, oh my goodness. And I keep telling myself things will be ready when they're ready. There's no need to rush. Of the 3 patterns, 2 of them don't need to be ready by any specific date. If anything happens and the release date needs to be pushed back, it'll be pushed back. Even though the other secret one does have like a set due date, I shouldn't really worry too much about it because it's done. The only thing I would need is for the testers to finish looking through it, make the final notes, but it's just the whole thing that you know, there are so many things going on, like, you know, getting ready to go back to school, things that we have to do as moms, as wives around the house, and, you know, commitments and everything. And it's like, I just want to sit on the couch and crochet, but it is what it is. Today I had an order. I actually had 2 orders that I needed to ship out. One was for the sea serpent that I pattern tested for Atomic Crochet's Fantasy Crochet Creatures. I pattern tested some of the patterns here before the book was released, and I got the book and it's amazing. Now I made the sea serpent. Oh, I also made this cutie here. Low-key love her. So, in fact, this is, now that I look at this book, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yep, 7 crochet books. So, which I would want to make the patterns sooner rather than later. But I made the sea serpent when I tested it. It sold on Etsy, so I shipped it out today. And I also got a safety eye order for just 3 pairs of eyes, since I was like, let me just get these so that they don't, like, I don't get a lot of orders accumulated. I packed them all up. I'm sorry that I can't share them with you right now because they're already off to their forever home. But I stopped by the post office and I got some happy mail. It's a weird thing getting excited for packaging, but it is. I got these, how do you open it? I got these holographic bags for when I send out safety eyes, particularly safety eyes that are just like orders that are just 1 pair, which I also will be sending out in these smaller poly mailers. I got bigger holographic bags for bigger orders. So instead of having to cut each of the cardstock pieces into like 2x3s, I can like customize the overall size to make sure that they slip in here with all the safety backings, and then just put them inside a box or a bigger poly mailer. So I'm excited for packaging. Yes, I had also run out of business cards, so I put in an order for them. This is actually from a new, at least new to me, printer that I found on Etsy. Pretty good pricing, pretty good quality. And I also got stickers with my logo that I'll add to the packaging to make it all cutesy. Some leather tags, because the Triceratops snuggler that I'm testing for Laser Llama Boutique, I want to say it's boutique, she has in her pattern, you can make the legs, the back legs, with or without patches. Look at these patches. I think this is like pink or peach or something. She has different names for each of them, but these say just a girl who loves dinosaurs, and you get 1 for each leg. And these were my freebies, but I did go ahead and order from her a blue one, and the heart is full of dinosaurs. Then I got this seafoam green and this sunshine yellow. Now I want to make another snuggler with the pattern and use these patches. The problem is, which one? I don't know which one I'm going to use, but I am going to use it. However, I will be good and I'll finish this pattern test before starting on another one. But I do really need to start working on moving through my blanket yarn because I have a lot of blanket yarn. I also need to get started on my cardigan. You see what I mean? That it's like so many things to make so little time. After I sign off here, I will continue to work on this cutie. So hopefully I'll make a lot of progress in it. And then tomorrow I'll work on maybe another snuggler or finish off my dino, the one that I showed you, the Dilophosaurus. I did not make any progress on it because I just decided to focus on this and to also send out the pattern earlier to my testers. But that is it for today. I'll check back in tomorrow and hopefully we'll have a finished plushie. Bye. Okay, this has me a little bit overwhelmed. Let's tidy it up. I'm not gonna put timestamps or time forward or anything of the sorts. I'm just going to organize and then I'll show you what I have. 45 minutes later, this is what I got. So much better. I moved most of the worsted weight yarn and cotton yarn into this corner here. Well, actually the little balls or cakes that I had, anything that was skeins goes up here. And now I have these 3 upper shelves or cubes are actually blanket yarn, and as you can see I have some space, which is awesome. And then these bottom 3 ones are all parfait chunky. I feel a lot better. Yeah, so awesome. All right, so as you saw in my last little bit of clips, I was overwhelmed. I needed to organize my yarn, which I did. It's a lot prettier, even though that right now I have some yarn in the front. But those yarns are specific for 2 projects. One is for a cardigan, which is the ones that are colorful over here. And the other one is for a blanket that I'm going to make. After I organized my yarn, as I mentioned, even though I felt better, because now it's not like too cluttered or anything, I did feel a bit overwhelmed and I was like, okay, what can I take off my to-do list that'll make me feel better? And the next thing that I did was that I tackled the shabby elephant pattern test, and I finished everything except half a leg, which I finished this morning. And the other thing that had me like, oh my goodness, is stuffing and fastening off a lot of little octos. So this morning, what I did was I grabbed a box, grabbed my polyfill, a darning needle, and then I finished the elephant, and then I stuffed, I believe it was 30 little octos, and fastened them off. I just got home from the post office and I need to glue the eyes to 13 other octos because 10 of them are already done. So I just need, actually it's 14. I need to head on over to my cousin's house and drop off 24 of the octos. So this morning I very much had like a fastening off sort of party, if you will. My living room and couch have all the evidence. They have all the fluffies on it, but that's okay. It'll be dealt with later with like a vacuuming and, you know, that stuff. So let me show you the elephant. I did not do the patches, and that is okay. That having so many colors was going to be weird, but look at him. I can't. The fact that I kind of color blocked his pieces, I think was a great idea, so that, you know, both ears are in green or a greenish yarn. The head was all in tones of neutrals, and then the body was all blues, these purples and like pinks, even though this is a purple but has a little bit of pink there. And then I tied it all together with this like spotted pink and blue yarn. I don't know, I like it. I do. I like it a lot. So as of right now, I don't have any pattern tests going on, and I think for the next 2 weeks, I'm not gonna apply for any pattern tests unless it's something really, really, really cute, so that I can start making more of my own patterns. This is a box full of fastened off autos that just need their eyes to be glued on. I also made a lot of headway in the Baby Danny Dino Dilophosaurus mod. So after I'm done gluing the eyes and I take a break and unwind and I'm just sitting on the couch again, I'm gonna finish that mod and hopefully start another baby dino so that I can take the final photos for the pattern. My testers have already started working on it. They have sent over like, these are the colors that I'm going to use and these are the eyes, and they're amazing for sure. It's a very chatty group because I believe we are 43, because I did pick 3 testers for each of the mods. So 8 by 3, 24, and then the rest were made up of by permanent testers. So, you know, it's a pretty big group. In fact, it's the biggest tester group I've had to date. And so far, it's been a nice one because we've gotten to, oh my goodness, I have a fluffy on myself. We've gotten to know each other and really just like support each other. But even though today's update is on the smaller side, on the shorter side, that's basically what I have for today. Hopefully tomorrow I can check back in and hopefully show you 1 or 2 dinos being done. Well, bye. Hi everyone, welcome back. I just had to share this cutie just right off the bat. This is Premier's Parfait Chunky XL Parfait XL, and I believe it's rainbow or primary or something like that. And then the eyes are from ADHD Crafted. This is one of the many octos that I'm going to keep. She's the only one that I'm going to keep, and she is going to be my new desk buddy. Since last update, I was able to finish the custom order for a total of 32 mini autos, just like this one, different colors but same general size. And the other thing that I was able to do is I went into the Baby Danny Dino pattern, fixed up all the notes that my testers had left, took new photos, and I finished the Dilophosaurus mod. And whenever I look at the face, I don't know why, but it kind of looks like it has like 2 pigtails like popped up like that, and I love it. Now I am going to sit myself on the couch. I pulled out yarn colors for the Playful Brontosaurus, which is the Brontosaurus mod that has the neck propped up, and I also pulled out yarn for the Entrosaurus, which is the Ankylosaurus, but since it doesn't really look like an Ankylosaurus, I just named it Entresaurus, which is, you know, entre tejidos, crochet, play on words, that sort of thing. But that's mainly the update that I have for today. The only bit of crocheting that I was able to get in up until this point was to finish the dinosaur and then sew on the frills and add the crests at the front. The eyes, just look at these eyes. They're just so pretty. They're by Stitch by D. She is adding new colors. She has, I believe it's crimson, hot pink, and sky blue, as well as this like really light, it's a nice lavenderish blue sort of color. I love it. I think it just pulled the entire project together. I didn't have a lot to update you on, but hopefully by sitting myself on the couch, only getting up to make dinner and make sure that everyone is all set for the night, I will probably, hopefully, be able to finish 2 more dinosaurs. Finish them as much as I can. I did time myself. I don't know if I recall if I mentioned it, but each dinosaur takes under 2 hours to make a Baby Danny Dino. I timed myself making the Parasaurolophus mod, and if you really get into the groove of it, you could have all 4 legs and the nose, crest, and bill done in about 45 minutes. And then the head is about 15 minutes, the body 21 minutes, and then like sewing everything done, 6 minutes. So roughly, you know, give or take, it's an hour. It is under an hour and a half to finish the entire plushie. Of course, I timed myself with the Parasaurolophus mod, so maybe the Entrosaurus or the Ankylosaurus mod might take a couple of minutes more, who knows. Maybe the T-Rex mod, where you only have to do the eye crests, and if you want some little spots on the body, maybe it'll be it'll be less than that, but I really think these are excellent market makes in terms of perhaps pricier items, or at least bigger items to have in your stash. Of course, the original Danny Dino, it takes around 2 hours to make the original Danny Dino, but the size is bigger, so you could definitely sell it for more, for sure. But that is the update that I have for now. I will check back in tomorrow for our last update for this week. Bye. So we have made it to the end of another dino-rific week. We have finished, I don't know how many dinosaurs, but maybe like 4 or 5. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure it's 5. Six dinosaurs we have finished, and I'm so excited that we've been able to finish all of this. Now, I've only shown you about 6. Well, if we did 6, I've only shown you 4, so I did finish 2 more today. Let's just start with the purple one. So this is the playful Brontosaurus. As opposed to the other one, his neck is propped up, and I gave him a nice little hot pink headband. And I went for pretty colored toes, so I made each of the toe beans different colors. It's bubblegum, and this is a teal that it's kind of like the Caribbean color from Basix chenille, but I got this from Hobie. And then the main color is a lavender. The eyes are by 3J's Handcrafts, and I'm loving this style of safety eyes for dinosaurs. Let me know what you think. So I did finish him. I already added the instructions into the Baby Danny Dino pattern pack. I also added in the Dilophosaurus mod. I used Premier Parfait Chunky. This is charcoal, coral, and sunshine to make him. The eyes are 25 millimeter mermaid. Actually, this is amethyst. Amethyst by me. And I actually got the inspiration for the colors from the eyes. So it kind of all matches up. This time around, I only went for like the bright yellow toe beans, so that the main part of this, like the hot coral color one, would pop up against it. So we made 2 more dinosaurs. Yesterday after the update, I did finish all the auto octos that were for the order. And I got a message back to make 23 more by tomorrow night. Thankfully, I already have 6 done, actually 7 done. And since they work up pretty quickly, I'll be able to get those done as well. And I'm really excited about that because they're going to be used as gifts for the people who participated at the day camp that my sons were going to this whole week. I don't know, maybe it's just me. There was this reel that I shared on my stories on Instagram, I want to say like 4 days ago, where it's Theodore from Alvin and the Chipmunks, and he's like scurrying forward, and he made this like necklace for Dave, if I'm not mistaken. And he's like, oh, and you know, you can wear it right now because, you know, and I made it with all the colors so it matches everything, and it's super soft so you can go to bed with it. And that's just me. I love giving people handmade gifts. It's a way of saying like, hey, I'm thinking of you. And I have yet to see someone be sad getting a plushie or being angry for getting a plushie. It always brings a smile to their face when they get a plushie, or when they get like a handmade item for like their home and whatnot. But I love plushies, so yeah, I'm gonna be giving a lot of plushies. So, or at least gifting a lot of plushies whenever I can. But sadly, we have reached the end of today's video. If you liked this sort of content, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, sharing the video, commenting down below. All the links for the patterns that I've mentioned will be in the description box, as well as the affiliate link for Premier Yarns. Most, if not all of my makes are in some sort of Premier yarns. Premier Yarns yarn. Be it Parfait Chunky, be it Basix Chenille. It's something that I love. They recently added, if I'm not mistaken, it was 13 new colors of Parfait Chunky. I had to place an order for it, and then on Friday they released an entirely new line called Parfait Plush. And from what I've been told, it is a dupe for Sweet Snuggles Light. So if you love Sweet Snuggles Light, grab it up. I already placed an order for a couple of skeins so that I can try it out. Now, I do hope to continue. I need to make space for sure for my yarn in order for it to be all nice and organized, and I'm not like looking at too many cluttered things. So next week's video is going to be everything I made in July, and I've made quite a lot, and I still need to make at least 2 more plushies. Yeah, at least 2 more plushies before the month is out. Not counting the 23, not 23, it'd be 17 auto octos that I need to add to the list. So if you're interested, stick around for next week's video. Anywho, I wish you all a very crafty day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.